Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Bricks. Brick shots with Billy Antonio. For 50 more bricks. Ballin' like a with all these bricks.
Hey, welcome to another exciting edition of Brick Shots U. Been having hella allergies lately, so hopefully I can get through this without sneezing. Follow us on our Facebook page of Brick Shots U, our YouTube page of Brick Shots with Billy Antonio. Today on the show, we're going to be talking about the Dolphins debacle, Belichick coaching rumors, Cowboy injuries, and Devontae Adams trade talks. Then we're going to take it to college, talk about the early game of the year. We're going to talk about Coach Prime showing us why he's the greatest corner in the history of football with another elite cover job. We're going to talk about all the interesting games from the week that was in both professional and college football. We'll also talk about the playoff baseball. Fuck the Astros. They're already eliminated. But first,
Fuck you.
Tonio, take it to the baseline.
Gentlemen, report to the baseline. To the baseline!
Yo.
Homicides now.
Yo, I know what y'all thinking. Basketball in the middle of football season. Yeah, me too. But still got to cover it because we cover all sports. So first things first, rest in peace to Mr. No himself. Rest in peace to Dikembe Mutombo, who lost his battle to brain cancer, which is extremely sad. If y'all have any people with cancer, we're praying for them. Y'all need to help these people get as much research they've done so we can find a cure, so we can stop losing our people to this. So shout out to Dikembe before four-time defensive player of the year. Mr. All I Do Is Block. That's what he was. That's who he is, and he made a name for that. I think the last thing I seen him doing was on a insurance commercial blocking stuff. So shout out to Dikembe. He was a good dude. Yeah, he was a good dude off the court. Had a lot of foundations. So rest in peace to him. Respect to his family and to the organizations that he was close to. Rest in peace to Dikembe. And the next order of business, Cat in the middle of the year is going to New York. I'm gonna go to Chris because Chris broke it. So Chris, how do you look at this? Because you made an interesting statement.
So the players involved in the trade were Julius Randle and DiVincenzo going back to Minnesota. Draft picks as well, but those picks they're irrelevant as far as the here and the now.
True.
I think the trade is. I think New York won out on the trade. Again, ignoring draft capital. I'm sure they got some. No, they would have probably gave up picks for Cat because Cat's the best player in the deal. But they get a big that can score defensively. You don't have to worry about his terrible defense because that team is a defensive oriented team already, and they already got bigs.
Thibodeau picked some of that.
Yeah, I'm sure Thibodeau will help as well because. You can't go out there playing like Luka if you're playing for Tom Thibodeau. That shit ain't gonna fly for him. So I think for New York, they get a score, and in my opinion, they really needed a go-to score. The problem with Cat is he can give you 4 points or 47 points. You never know. He's super inconsistent. As for Minnesota, I really don't understand the trade for them. They had a guy in Naz Reid that they can plug into that spot. He can do everything Cat does already, just at a very slightly lower level, but probably give you more consistency there as well. What I don't get about it,
you can shoot those threes too, right?
Yeah, Naz Reid and Cat both shot three. I think Naz is a better deep shooter. But the thing that I don't get, and maybe y'all can, Tony, maybe you can give me your best ball expertise on this. Who is their starting center?
Gobert.
It's Rudy Gobert.
How far can he play from the basket offensively? The rhetorical question. He can't. He lives under the basket. He can't move anywhere else, and that's what Julius Randle does too. Like Julius Randle isn't stretching the floor, so you're clogging the paint, and your best player is a slasher who needs that paint open, and now you're going to have two bigs down there. I mean, I didn't understand that trade to me unless they're planning on making Randall the sixth man.
So here's the thing. So old Julius Randle wouldn't stretch the floor. New York Julius Randle, before Jalen Brunson's emergence, he had no choice but to stretch the floor because he was the best player out there. So Chris, everything you said makes sense, but I do think Minnesota won the trade because they got. I don't even care about Julius Randle. Julius Randle and Cat, you could say they X each other out because Julius Randle got to be, he got to be healthy. So does Cat, and they both inconsistent as fuck. So they X each other out. The way I think they won it is the DiVincenzo role. His guard play when healthy. He's a hustler. He's one of those small ball or small role players that shows up big night in, night out for New York. So I think they won with that because now, like you said, there's no big three on that team. It never was with me for Rudy Gobert on the defensive or offensive end. I'm gonna be real with you. Yeah. I don't see how Rudy Gobert got 4 defensive player of the year. Because like you said, recipes to Dikembe Mutombo, but he earned them roles. Like he earned it. Rudy gets dunked on. Yeah, Rudy gets dunked on at least 3 times a night. So I don't know by guards, not even bigs, by guard. Joker put Rudy in the fucking blender every game. Every time they play, he dropped 40 on them. Every time. It's nothing. So, but we ain't talking about Rudy. I think this allows the bigger resurgence of
Nas.
What name? Yes, Nas. Nas plays more. He gets more minutes, but also Anthony Edwards. He's just like superstar mode this year. I ain't gotta worry about deferring the ball to Cat because Cat crying. Yep. It's me. I'm going at him. I like it because now you got those. He in a situation like LeBron was in Miami with a bunch of old shooters, people that make you spread the floor. Now I'm driving to the basket and boom, I'm good. Of course, he don't got a D Wade over there, but if you be realistic, like people respect the D Wade because of the name, but Miami D Wade was a shell of his 06 to like 2010 self.
Especially after those first 2 final runs.
Yeah, he was already falling apart physically with the news.
Yeah. So I think this is a blessing in disguise for Ant. Because you just like you said, Chris, I went and looked up those Western Conference Finals numbers, and Cat showed up the last 2 games.
Oh, it was 2?
Yeah.
Where it was already
it was 2 or 3 games, and he was non-existent in the other ones. Horrible shooting percentages.
Yeah. Like he shot
Dallas without Dallas being dominant in the paint either, which was wild.
Yeah, he shot 37% from the field in that series. That doesn't happen when you don't have another dominant big over there to protect the rim or to guard you out there on the floor. Because I'm not gonna call Cat sorry. He's not sorry. Soft as shit, but he's not sorry. But the last 2 games where Dallas was already up, hey man, you don't crack 30, it's like 25-28, which ain't nothing to shy at. But hey man, if I'm scoring 25, you scoring 25, that's 50. Luka and Kyrie combining for 70. We gotta equal that, and they ain't do that. So I think it's interesting to see which Cat New York will get, because he probably will go further in the East. Only big over there he got to see is Joel, but if Joel ain't healthy
by the time the playoffs,
exactly. So Cat might go over there and dominate. So yeah, I'm interested. But I do think Minnesota won just because of the DiVincenzo trade. And you said they got like 2 weak picks. Minnesota did.
They got some picks. I don't remember what the picks were.
Yeah, see, and if you remember, they traded all their picks away for the next 7 years for Rudy Gobert. So they'll take whatever picks they can get for sure. So Minnesota probably won. But it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting. Billy, let us get up out of here so Chris can take us somewhere else.
Gentlemen, report to the baseline. To the baseline!
I thought that was the most interesting thing of the past week. But while we're on the subject of trades, let's talk about an actual trade rumor that just broke over the last couple of days in the NFL. Devontae Adams apparently wants out of Oakland, or not Oakland, they're Vegas now. The Raiders. He wants out of the Raiders. The
There
black
you go.
and silver and black, whatever. Raiders have put out messages in NFL circles, I believe it was according to Schefter, that they will trade him for roughly a second-round pick. The
Come on,
teams
Baltimore.
that I've seen,
Come
the teams I've seen him linked to are New York, the Jets, which I think we all kind of expected. There's been rumors for that since Aaron went there.
Yep.
The other team, which I kind of thought about a little bit, is Derek Carr's new team in New Orleans. Apparently, he wants to play with quarterbacks that he's played with before, and the receiver coach in New Orleans is his personal receiver coach that he uses, I guess, in the offseason. Are there any other teams that we can kind of see him with, or do we think those are the two teams that he ends up on?
Them two teams for sure, but I'm gonna definitely throw, like Billy just said, Baltimore in there.
Because we would probably give up a first-round pick. That's the only reason I would throw us in there is like we might give up because he has 3 years left on the deal. Devontae Adams for a first-round pick. We do well enough in the draft to not necessarily, I don't want to say not need a first-rounder, but we could handle what we have now without a first-rounder getting Devontae Smith. Now, cap situations, all that, you could do that. I hate the rumors of to the Chiefs. The Raiders aren't doing that. The Raiders aren't going to trade him to Kansas City. That's not how it's going to go. But also, I don't know if you guys are thinking about this. Buffalo could also do it. And I wonder if they won't because of the Diggs situation where Josh Allen, who's been playing well until he played the Ravens, Chris, but if he's going to want another receiver like a Stephon Diggs who needs the ball.
Nah, Josh ain't doing that. They're going to make Josh happy. They ain't going to do that. Wherein Lamar wants somebody that's a number one to throw to. So it don't.
And then if you have Zay at the 2, that's the thing with Baltimore. And I don't know if this was going to turn into a Ravens rant or not, but with
it's
Baltimore,
about to.
If you have Zay Flowers, he's not a number one receiver. I'm sorry. A slot guy, quick, fast, small wide receiver is not your wide receiver one. If you have Devontae Adams, the opening up for Zay Flowers is going to be ridiculous. And I think
are we talking Ravens this week, Chris?
Yeah, it was probably the game. Well, wasn't the game of the week, but
it was
all
supposed
right, Chris.
to be.
Billy,
Yeah.
let's hold that to that because I got a thought about how your wide receivers about to open up anyway. Chris, I don't see him going anywhere outside of that. I seen Cleveland was in the mix, but
Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, I don't think
if they had Flacco still.
I seen Miami name came up, but I don't. Why the fuck would he go there?
Crowded room already.
It's already crowded, and every wide receiver on that joint.
OBJ is coming back from injury too. I believe he's doing rehab now. I think he's supposed to be playing pretty soon.
Yeah, I wouldn't go there. They can't pay him. I wish God would just let him go to the Patriots so we'll have one offensive weapon, just one.
I believe he said he didn't want to go to New England. There was another team that he said he didn't want to. It's pretty much teams that don't have like a quarterback worth of foot.
Did I see Jacksonville on this list?
I think that's
not for this. Jacksonville is going to be a later topic, and as far as coaching rumors go,
no, I'm trying to figure out was they on his list of not going to.
No, the only actual rumors it is the Jets and the Saints.
Well, I think
solidified rumors.
Well, I think he can go. I would go to Baltimore. I know I'm going over there to be the wide receiver number one. I mean, he'd be number one on the Saints as well. But
yeah, he'd be number one pretty much anywhere he went.
Nah, he'd have to fight Garrett Wilson.
No, Rodgers doesn't like him. It's different. That's different.
Even if him and A-Rod didn't have the history, like he's Devontae Adams, like top 5, bare minimum, like top 7.
No. I ain't saying because Garrett Wilson giving him a shot. It's because Garrett Wilson don't like Aaron Rodgers and his best friend coming over there. They gonna fight.
Yeah,
like they gonna fight, bro. And it would be like a lot of controversial statements said after the games. It'll be a lot. That would be a lot.
Through that.
But
I like the Baltimore shot.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I'm on Spotrac right now. It's only 5 teams that have less cap space than Baltimore does, but the Saints are one of them. So in the world of the NFL, I'm sure if they want to make the numbers work, they can find a way to crunch some bitches and make them work. Funnily enough, Carolina has the lowest cap space, and they got the worst roster in the league. I just thought that was hilarious.
What a real stat. There's no way.
Yeah, they got 1.5 mil in cap space, 51 in dead cap.
But don't they still got that
Ridiculous.
owner that was being forced to sell, or is he gone already?
No.
David Tepper bought them a few years ago. That's when they started making all the big moves and traded their whole roster away and shit.
Well, he's an idiot.
The only other 2 teams I'm interested in, I'm sure y'all are gonna give me shit for the last team that I mentioned, but Washington I think is one. I don't necessarily think they need him because Terry McLaurin's a fucking animal, and their problems at this point are defensively more so than offensively. The only reason I say that is because Jaden's on a rookie contract. Devontae's got 3 years left on his deal. He's, again, an elite receiver in the league. You put him on one side and Terry on the other with how good Jaden's already doing, like, good fucking luck stopping that offense.
Yeah, that's it.
And the only other team I can see him going to, and here's where y'all can give me shit and cut me up for saying it, is the Cowboys. I'm sure Jerry will put out there saying, "Hey, we're in on him. We think Devontae's a great player. We'd love to have him."
I was gonna actually say the same shit because I was like, "Well, money, Jerry, big names and money. Jerry always in the conversation, bro." So
we have no offensive talent. We'll cover the Cowboys a little bit more in depth later, but one of the things that I was going to talk about later, Brandon Cooks is out indefinitely with an infection in his knee.
Yeah.
So we don't even have a shitty number 2 receiver now. We got like a number 4 receiver, a number 5 receiver, and CeeDee Lamb, and that's it. That's the offense. So, bringing in Devontae, again, same thing with the Washington situation.
Yeah.
You got him on one side, you got CD on the other. Somebody's getting 13 catches a game for 300 yards, and you ain't shit you're gonna be able to do about it.
Yeah.
If they do that, Chris, let me ask before we move on to the next one. If the Cowboys did that trade, do you like their playoff chances more?
If they did that trade, I think it would look a lot like Miami did last year.
Okay.
I think they'd pretty much be a lock to be in the playoffs at that point, whereas now I seriously doubt they even make a wild card with their roster as currently constructed. I don't think they would have the balance or the ability to stop anybody to make it out of the first round of the playoffs. So,
but I think it would be just like you said, Chris. You gotta outscore me to beat me. And that would be a lot of situations because y'all gonna score. Y'all just gonna have to run a lot of 5 wide. And because
Tony, let me ask you something. You got to see a lot of Patriots versus Colts back in the day, right?
I did.
What 2 receivers did the Colts have?
Reggie Wayne, Marvin Harrison.
And I'm pretty sure Peyton Manning's a hell of a lot better than Dak Prescott throwing the football. And they couldn't get that far in the playoffs very often.
I mean, but you gotta think about it though, Chris. Our defense, even though we had Tom, our defenses during them Super Bowl runs was still light years ahead of our offenses.
Nothing against Ty Law.
That's different though. Like, let's just say, for the sake of argument, on y'all side, what defense in the NFC you worry about shutting y'all down for being able to pass the ball?
San Fran.
Their secondary is Sam Darnold torched them.
Yeah, I don't in the NFC.
Minnesota's got a solid O-line though. Our O-line is so fucking porous right now. I don't think the 49ers would have any issue forcing the ball out early.
I just think
I'm with you.
First of all,
anybody with the pass rush really, which I know that's not very many teams at this point. Is the Vikings I would be fucking terrified of because it seems like they're bringing 14 people every fucking play, and it's only 11 people on the field.
Yeah. Those Brian Flores defenses, he is not fucking around.
I just think
those are probably the only 2.
So realistically, I just think y'all in the playoffs, y'all make it to the playoffs, is outscore me, shut me down. And guarding CD and fucking Devontae, yeah, good luck. I feel like that would be a fucking defensive coordinator's worst nightmare. Like, hey, stop my two.
Yeah.
It ain't two cornerbacks in the NFC that I'm just like, oh,
You're
they gonna
only
lock
running,
both of them up.
and on that, you're only running 4 guys on that pass rush. You can't afford to blitz with those 2 guys on the outside.
Yeah.
Like, that changes your whole scheme. That changes everything that you've ever done.
So I
the only thing we've seen close to it recently was that Tyreek Travis Kelce team with the Chiefs, and one of those guys was a tight end.
No, you could say the AJ Brown,
Devontae
Smith kind of scheme.
Yeah, I mean that's close, but I don't. As good as Devontae Smith is, I don't think he's a top 10
No,
guy.
Is he better than either one of those Cowboys receivers? Probably not. But I'm saying equivocally, your A+ Devontae CD versus your B+ AJ Brown Devontae Smith.
Yeah, it'd be comparable. Let's move on from one set of rumors to some. I'm kind of salivating to talk at this, man. When I saw this shit pop up, I got excited because I know I give Tony a lot of shit about Belichick. We're gonna talk about some Bill Belichick coaching rumors. The shit is hitting the fan in Jacksonville. Media's asking Doug Peterson if he's worried that his horrific start is going to get him ousted as the head coach. And then there's also some, how would you say, softer rumors that I've seen about him going to Philadelphia, which I find way more intriguing. I guess I'll let you take it off first, Tonio, since this is your coach for the last 30 years.
So I told you, Chris. I told you somebody gonna hire Bill, bro. It's too many coaches that he's still better than in the league. Maybe all the coaches he's still better than because he's still sitting on 7. He just didn't get across offensively like he should have in New England, and that's what hurt us. Offensively, we couldn't do nothing. Those defenses were still good. So if he goes to Philly, Jesus Christ, that defense that when they be slipping, them cornerbacks would have to get right or get out of there for sure. That defensive line that they got, they would play like an Alabama defensive line or the Georgia defensive line, like both of them were from, and that would be scary. That defense would be scary. Offensively, Jalen Hurts would be a quarterback that Bill Belichick liked because, hey man, just run a little bit, just run a little bit. Fuck throwing. We're going to run the ball. We're going to run the ball. We're going to run the ball. Now, AJ Brown and Devontae Smith, they'll be a little angry there. Yeah, they would be a little angry there.
Or are they winners and they're going to be excited to win?
Yeah, see, and that's where we would have to find out what type of people they were. But that would be scary for the league. I don't see the league letting that happen. But I do think Sirianni is not the right coach for the Eagles. I don't know why him and Jalen don't get along. But that's bad. The Jacksonville job does seem more suited for him, though. Like rugged team.
He'd have way more control and power there for
way
sure.
More.
But see, if you're Bill, Tonio, and even Chris, whoever wants to answer first, but if you're Bill, would you not want Howie Roseman to go ahead and draft for you because he does not fucking miss? Would you not?
I think at this point, I think Bill just wants to get his wins record and then just peace out.
That's what I'm saying.
So to agree with what you're saying, Billy, if I'm Bill and I get offered the Eagles job, I'm gone. I don't give a fuck what type of control I got as long as I'm the head coach. Because, like you said, I know we're gonna draft well. I don't want.
Would he keep Kellen Moore?
For sure. Because you pair Kellen Moore with, or look what Bill did with fucking McDaniels, another offensive super guru. Look good. All right, we got another one already. Cool. Let's just get the head coach out of here. I'm keeping everything. Not everything. I need to get rid of the defensive line coach because he's not getting the effort that we need. The cornerbacks coach, hey, bro, we supposed to have some of the top names and we getting beat, slipping. What's his name? Gardner Johnson can't make an open field tackle to save his fucking life.
He gets a lot of flags against that offense.
Yeah.
Oof.
Bro, we making some changes there, but I'm keeping Kellen Moore, bro. I don't think Kellen Moore is the problem at all. I'm taking the Eagles job. I'm
It's
taking the
some
Eagles
level of
job.
coaching that's the problem, because a few years ago we were talking about Jalen Hurts as an MVP candidate. Since then,
Yeah.
he's
That
the
was last
worst
year.
turnover guy.
That was
No, it
last
was year
year
before last.
until the last couple games.
It was year before last. Last year he was third in the league in turnovers. Since his actual MVP, where he was in that discussion, I think he was runner up.
Oh, when they went to the Super Bowl, you're right.
Yeah. He's led the league in turnover. He's tied, I believe, for the league in turnovers since that season. Like, that's just that. I think that was the season the dude that's coaching the Colts now. I think he was the OC and he left. So I don't know if it's more, but
Shane Steichen.
Yeah. But Steichen had him playing way more efficient, and he's not now. So it may not be more, but he's not the answer.
Let me ask y'all this, Billy. I know this off topic, but I had some numbers for you and Chris, and I kind of wanted to see who you take. I'm gonna just do a player A, player B, and we're just talking about quarterbacks and their passing, just passing, not nothing else.
I already know
passing.
what you're going to with this, because I saw the same thing. I'm taking Mahomes.
Who, Billy? So this person is 68.6. He got 904 passing yards, 6 TDs, 5 interceptions, 89.7 passer rate. And then you got player B, he's 68.2 completion percentage, 930 passing yards, 6 tugs, 4 interceptions with an 85.7 QB rate. Who you taking?
Give me the TD to IT ratio for
A. Player A is 6-5, player B 6-4.
Player A also has 2 fumbles.
It's just passing.
I would take A. I know what Chris did with the fumbles, but if I'm taking passing, I'm taking A.
Why?
Less picks.
Player A has more picks.
No, you said 9 and 4, and the other was 9 and 6.
I haven't said a 9 at all. I said 6 and 5.
6 and 5 and 6 and 4.
6 and 4 for player B.
Oh, give me 6 and 4. Give me the 6 and 4 guy.
Well, that's player A is Patrick Mahomes, Chris's baby, and player B is Jalen Hurts. But people shit on
mixed up.
Yeah. See,
player B is the one with the 2 fumbles.
The 2 fumbles. But Billy, and Chris, because Chris shit on them worse. People shit on Jalen Hurts every week, and his numbers are compatible with the best quarterback in the league.
But Tony, you can't not take the fumbles. That's our argument.
Okay, Bill, I get it. I get it. Two fumbles though. But Pat should have 7 interceptions. He done had 3 interceptions called back because of flags, Billy. Come on, man. Like, let's be for real about this thing. I know, he fumbled a lot. I'm not saying Chris not right, but we can't just shit on Jalen and be like he the worst in the league when them are his numbers. Yeah. Passing numbers,
I don't know.
He right there with Pat Mahomes.
Worse.
And Pat doesn't have the rushing ability either.
And I also want to bring this up, Chris, and ask you, do you think it's a factor? I go from Jason Kelce, all-star center, or what do they call it? All-pro center, to whoever the fuck, and now we fumbling because most of them fumbles been on snaps. No,
and so I know for sure one of them was a snap. I can't speak for both of those fumbles, but also I want to raise to I want to say, who was it? Was it Chris Collinsworth was talking about on the sideline? You see Jalen in that center, they were just practicing snaps, and Chris Collinsworth brought it up, and he was just like, y'all see it as a fan, and you're just like, why are they doing that? And he's like, this is the biggest
because
thing
they're
of
fucking
the game.
Terrible at it.
This is the biggest part of the game. And if your center is not kind of getting you where you need to go, then it is now everything's the quarterback's fault. We all agree there, right? Everything's the quarterback's fault. But at the same token, I need my center to snap me the motherfucking ball. I need to at least get it where I need it to go. Now, if Jalen's getting lit up and fumbling the ball, all right, we got a different situation. Or if you have a Josh Allen who gets praised for his trying to get to the first down or trying to do whatever, and he's fumbling, he gets excuses. But Jalen fumbles, and you're like, well, is he really that good? What's going on?
So I just wanted to say that because I seen that stat and I was like, no fucking way. Chris's favorite quarterback in the league done threw more interceptions than Jalen, and Jalen got more yards than him, same amount of touchdowns, and Jalen's just
But Patrick's defense is way better than Jalen's defense.
And that's a problem as well.
State.
That's a problem as well. But like the Eagles should have the best defense in the league. 2 Georgia interior linemen who were some of the strongest people we ever seen play in college. Jalen Carter literally picked Jaden Daniels up with his forearm, Billy, and they blew the whistle dead. So they should be. I get it. These offensive linemen, but Jalen Carter ran what like a 4.6 at the fucking combine or something like that. Something crazy. What?
I swore it was a 4.56.
Oh yeah, maybe a 4.56. Something like
still crazy. Whatever you say.
And you tell me that don't translate to the league. It's a Sirianni thing, bro. The Eagles should be. Go ahead.
I think we're. It's easy to bash Sirianni, I think, because he doesn't have the guys that. Because he also brought in Steichen and Gannon, who's the head coach of Arizona right now. He brought in those guys to do that, right? But now I wonder if the pressure's getting too much where he brings in a Kellen Moore and he brings in a Vic Fangio. Me personally, I don't think it's a Sirianni thing. Him and Jalen not getting along is a weird thing. But we didn't have this rumors before they went to the fucking Super Bowl, Tonio, with Nick Sirianni and Jalen Hurts.
I mean, but I don't.
John Madden said winning is the best deodorant.
Exactly.
And that's what I'm saying. But,
so they could have been musty, Billy, and we just didn't know about it.
And that's what I'm saying, because it ain't like Gannon's lighting the world on fire with that Arizona defense. That's a god-awful defense. It's not like Shane Steichen is doing really well with Anthony Richardson. He did better with Gardner Minshew than Anthony Richardson. So
it's probably because Anthony Richardson ain't Mike Vick 2.0.
He's an NFL quarterback that can barely throw 50%. Like he's out of the league in another year.
Billy,
Gardner Minshew is better than Anthony Richardson.
I know. I'm just throwing it out there. I'm just throwing it out there. Nick Sirianni did develop a staff, and again, I think it's because it's Philly, where you take Doug Peterson, who won a Super Bowl and then was fucking X 2 years later. So I wonder if Sirianni understands how the Eagles work, and he's like, I got to get these big names in here, like a Kellen Moore and a Vic Fangio, where instead of developing my own staff to show you, hey, give me a second, do I have time to develop this staff? And if Howie Roseman's like, nope, hurry up and get us another chip or you're out.
No, he don't have time. Howie's putting together consistently a top 3 to 5 roster in the league year in and year out. You don't have time to figure shit out if you're coaching that team. You got to get out there and you got to win. And they're not winning at a high enough level for the talent that they have on that roster.
But neither are the fucking Bills. Neither are the Ravens.
That Arizona defense just held one of your favorite teams at 10 points, Billy. So
they let the Bills come back. They played like crap against, I believe it was the Rams.
Oh, I thought you were talking about he was coaching at Arizona Wildcats.
No.
I know he's ahead. Oh yeah, my fault. My fault.
And Billy, you're asking me that question. Like I've always been the move off a guy kind of guy. Like to me,
of course,
I don't want to be content.
So let me ask you this:
it's not just that, like,
Chris. Is it time for McCarthy to go?
Well, yeah. Chris is gonna say yes.
But
who else is gonna do some of that fucking roster? Nobody.
Exactly.
It's gonna be
that's
the same shit.
But that's I think that's kind of my point, though, Billy. If how do I want to word this? Sometimes you're a guy who can get you halfway there, and sometimes you need a guy that can get you the rest of the way there. Like maybe Sirianni is a guy that can get you halfway there, but you got to bring in a guy that can get you to the next level. Like I made the same argument in Pittsburgh with Tomlin around the end of Ben's career. Like getting consistently to the playoffs and never have a losing season is great. That's great, but you're the fucking Steelers. Like you're one of the best franchises in the history of this fucking sport. You got a shitload of Super Bowls already. Why are you content with just being 9, 10, 11 wins every year and losing in the first round of the playoffs? Like,
Chris,
but think about what you just said, though, Chris. Y'all one of the best teams in the history of the game. Y'all ain't won in 26 years. Aren't you content with getting to the playoffs, though?
No.
Why not? Why not? Y'all ain't been to glory in 26 years. Y'all ain't scratched the NFC championship since when the last
Oakland's
time
Oakland's been in a championship game sooner than we have.
So is
No
Jacksonville.
Yeah.
3 times actually.
Yeah, Oakland was in
So
it
I'm
in
just
03.
saying, this shit just hard, Chris. I don't think the shit just really hard, I think. And getting to the playoffs, that lets you know you're above the motherfuckers that I almost said naysayers. You're above the people that didn't get to the playoffs. It's a lot of teams. Who was the team that just got to the Lions? The Lions hadn't been in the playoffs, what? For
Years.
before,
It was longer than the Cowboys.
It was way longer, bro.
91 to 2020. Yeah.
That is crazy, Chris. That's crazy as hell. Shout out to Matt and Dan Campbell.
And look at the Jets. Look at the Jets. They went to 2 AFC championships with fucking Rex Ryan. He had 2 shitty seasons after that, don't get me wrong. And then you let go of him. What have you done since? You let go of these quote-unquote mediocre coaches because you're not happy with the relevancy that you have going to the playoffs because you're not winning Super Bowls. It's fucking hard. It's hard.
What's the effect, Billy? Because you call it the Saban effect in college. What is that effect in the NFL?
The Belichick effect. Why don't we have – it's the Belichick effect, the Andy Reid effect. Why don't we have this many Super Bowls? Where you look at a great coach like Tony Dungy, he won 1 Super Bowl with the Colts in fucking 16 years. Look at John Harbaugh. He's been with the Ravens for, I believe this is his 16th year, might be his 17th year. He's won 1 Super Bowl. And that's fine. He's won a fucking chip in the Brady era. Tony Dungy won 1 in the Brady era.
Hey, bro, don't bring us in this, bro. Use another. Let's say in this era.
No, in this era, fine. Okay. Nick's oh my God, I just fucked his name up. Doug Peterson won a Super Bowl. He's out in 2 years, and now you're already sitting here with the same thing, Chris. You're saying, can this guy get us over the hump? When you had a coach that got you literally over that fucking hump, and you got rid of him. What are the Cowboys going to do? You're going to go hire Dave Campo and fucking win 5 games a year for 6 seasons and then be like, all right, time to move on. What are we doing now? If you just would have kept
Jason Garrett.
If you keep Jason Garrett, you're still in the playoffs. You don't have those fucking down. Your floor is down here. You still get to the playoffs.
Hey,
now you can
this is the thing, Chris, and then we can move on because I know my friend. He'll keep running. This is the thing, Chris. I feel like y'all have no choice but to keep Mike McCarthy because nobody's coming to that roster, Chris. I'm sorry. Unless y'all can just find a way to win it. Well, as sorry as y'all is this year, y'all might get a good first round pick next year. Maybe. Y'all ain't gonna be that sorry though. Like y'all will be wild card sorry and still get like the 15th, 7th.
It'll be in the middle of the first round.
What you getting? What do you even go for? Like a running back? Are y'all putting like emphasis on a running back? Are y'all getting another wide receiver? It's so much shit that y'all ain't gonna be able to pay Micah. Are y'all going after defense? What are y'all gonna do? It's so many problems there. But Chris, what's next? It's a ton of needs.
I guess since you brought it up, we'll go ahead and talk about those needs for the Cowboys. Both pass rushers on both sides of the line, DeMarcus Lawrence and Micah Parsons out for extended time. Brandon Cooks out for extended time. Who's left on this team, and what the fuck are they going to do for the next few weeks? Like, it's Dak, it's CD, and it's a bunch of guys you've never heard of.
Exactly. And think about it. Think about it, Chris. Y'all only paid the bunch of guys you never heard of ain't playing hard because they ain't getting that paper. Now, the first 2, they got all your salary in 2 players. I don't know. I think though, Chris, and I heard somebody talking about it, and I didn't think about it this way, but somebody was like, it's just us being delusional. The Cowboys ain't been good for years, and we just got all these expectations for them to be great. But why? They haven't been great for years, and we just putting all the emphasis.
The only Cowboys fan that understands what the fuck's going on.
That's it, Chris. Chris. Every other Cowboy fan, and that's why I respect you so much, because you just tell the truth and live with it. Every other Cowboys fan I know, it's our year this year, baby. to do what? What is it for Dak to do what Chris say? Pad his stats at the end of games, and that's it. Because it's easy. Y'all easily beat on offense. I know you can't run the ball, and I know where you got to throw the ball to. I would put a corner, a safety, and a linebacker on CD and just be like,
I'm triple covering CD. He's not getting the ball.
Every time.
Now what? You know what's crazy? And I think he too far gone for this. But I think Dak messed up, bro. I think if Dak would have stayed, he'd probably have a shorter career, or he'll be getting a little slower now. But if Dak would have played the same way he played Mississippi State, y'all be better off. Dak came and turned into this pro-style quarterback that he wasn't, and he don't look good at it. But in Mississippi State, Dak led the SEC. He had the SEC rushing record for a quarterback, and he don't run the ball at all. He was really – I hated that motherfucker.
He ran a lot more until he ripped his ankle out of his leg.
Yeah, that's sort of that's what kind of where he stopped. That's where his numbers kind of.
He need to go back. He'd probably be the best running back y'all got right now, for sure.
Down
what I posted.
bad, but if you look at the stats, he has like 4.2 yards a carry. But when they're down, you can't just keep running the fucking ball like that.
Here's what I posted. It was after either the first or the second drive, I believe. I posted this in the game as it was happening.
The Giants?
Same exact defense Dan Quinn had last year, and Mike Zimmer can't figure out how to coach them to look just competent. Run game still non-existent. The only thing Dak does consistently is play inconsistently. Throws in the dirt to a wide-ass open Jake Ferguson for a short gain. Heat CD in a virgin tight hole with a defender draped across his back. What should be a gimme game is going to turn into a hard-fought win. After being embarrassed the last 2 weeks, you think these players would make you want to forget about those abysmal performances. Nope. Same as Cowboys, this team is pathetic. And as you watch the game, that's exactly what happened. The Giants they have a good roster. Malik Neighbors is becoming an OBJ-like character, Daniel Jones, Eli
Rookie of the Year, Chris.
Character, to where a young receiver is coming in and saving the quarterback's career at this point when they should no longer really be in the league. And I mean, as I laid it out in that post in the first quarter of that game, like that's exactly what happened. This is still not a good Giants team. They have a lot of good pieces, but their quarterback is fucking terrible. And it should have been a blowout, like we've blown out the Giants pretty much every fucking game for the last 8 years.
Yep.
And instead I wouldn't even say we won it comfortably. We won the game, but it was a hard-fought win.
Another team scores 0 touchdowns, and it's still a one-possession game, and you have the highest-paid quarterback in the NFL. That is fucking ridiculous. Crazy. And I don't want to sit here and bash the Cowboys, but we can all day. I don't care. But it just seems bad. Like, what are we doing?
Bro, the kids got to come together and get Jerry declared insane. That's the only way y'all get good, bro.
Jerry has too much money. I wonder if he could just be like, nope, they're just trying to take my money. And I don't know how the courts work or anything, but I bet that's a thing where it's like, nope, there's that for my money. I'm not insane. I guarantee you, Jerry Jones takes like a test of craziness or something. I bet he'd pass with flying colors, and he'd be the most sane motherfucker ever.
Yeah, probably.
Because he would know exactly what to put down. He'd know, hey, this answer's C. Don't even worry about it. Just fucking go about his day.
We got too many RIPs on the show already, so I'm not going to say what I usually say when it comes to Jerry Jones. I'll just I'll move on to another debacle of a performance. Let's take it down to Miami and talk about the Dolphins. Billy wanted to talk about the Dolphins. You want to tell us who they lost to, Billy?
The Titans.
Yeah.
How do you lose to fucking Will Levis?
So Will Levis got hurt. Mason Rudolph went in there, and the offense looked not bad. I watched the game, and I'm like, hold on. What's going on? And Mason Rudolph, he's making reads. He's understanding that where the checkdowns are, whereas Will Levis is like, oh, I got to throw it 100 yards every play. Let me fucking squeeze it into fucking D-Hop like it's fucking 2010 Like, what are we
I
doing?
think Johnny Manziel was a better pro quarterback than Will Levis.
That is a crazy hot take because he was awful.
Yeah,
but I think
that's the point.
he's
You never saw Johnny Manziel falling down, throwing an interception to lose the game as time ran out. So, that's a highlight reel that'll live in infamy forever. You won't never see that shit again. That's.
But let's go to the Dolphins real quick. I thought putting Snoop Huntley in there and seeing him play as a Raven for a long time was I was like, okay, the Dolphins are about to get it together. And it seemed like Mike McDaniel changed up everything they were doing on offense with Tua and just was like, oh, Snoop, do this, do that, instead of, hey, run this system. And I think Snoop was going to do well running that system. But whatever they were calling, I was like, oh, this isn't going to work. And it didn't. And we just see, is Mike McDaniel a fucking fraud? Is he – because, Chris, I know you're quick to fucking dump these coaches too, but Mike McDaniel's made the playoffs twice. Do you dump Mike McDaniels, or do you just assume it's him and Tua kind of thing and assume he sticks around?
No, I think
Tua's a
my
joke,
fault.
personally.
I think they doing what Rick Ross saying, bro.
The Teflon Don?
Teflon Don told him to tank for Shadur. That's how he said Shador name. He said, Shadur, you need to get Shadur in Miami. He said that.
Ricky Rose is a diehard Dolphins fan. I will he does rep Miami.
He is. He put that on IG. Shadur to Miami. Shadur. So maybe they tank it.
He also said that he wants to Tagovailoa lug again, or whatever the fuck he said when he said that a couple years ago.
So maybe that's what they're doing, bro. Tua done. I don't know.
That's it. Yeah, it has to be, right? I know we covered this last week.
Bro, I don't want to see it, bro. I want Tua off TV, because he ain't gonna be able to commentate now. That's over with. that's done for.
He's not gonna be able to speak much longer.
Imagine he goes to Amazon and takes Ryan Fitzpatrick out of the job again. Damn,
bro, that would be crazy, funny. But Tua done. I don't want to see that. He needs to retire this year, just like Lee Corso. I hope. God, I hope.
Lee needs to. This has to be his last year, right? Golly.
Yeah.
Before we get to talk about college, but am I tripping on the Mike McDaniel thing, or do we keep Mike McDaniel around?
No, I think Mike McDaniel needs a competent quarterback. Like, as much as I don't like Tua, he's good enough in the league.
Yeah. Good answer, Chris.
Yeah. I mean, we saw Brian Flores with Tua.
He never went to the playoffs with that motherfucker.
Exactly.
I think you get into the playoffs with a left-hander who throws everything 7 yards short is impressive, Billy. I don't think you fire him.
Okay.
He's Chad Pennington with weapons. Same exact guy.
Sure.
Constant injuries. Nice and accurate as long as you're within 12 yards.
Just run back to the ball. Just know you have to run back.
For sure.
He only uses shotguns. He don't got no rifle.
Not at all. Not at all.
He always called quarterback. He got an arm like a rifle. Not two is a shotgun. 8 yards and in, or else he ain't hitting shit.
So I think you don't get rid of that motherfucker because we could see it. We could see that Tua not it, really. He's not it.
No, and I'm with it.
He coached Tua into the MVP discussion and made them the highest scoring offense in the league. Like,
they had 2 70-point games though, so does it really count?
Yeah, it counted.
It did count.
Chris, what's next?
I think we can do probably one more NFL topic. Yeah, do one more NFL topic to round it out. I kind of want to. We didn't talk about the Bills and the Ravens in depth. I kind of want to give Billy a little victory lap. He gets to shit on Josh Allen, his favorite quarterback to shit on, and he gets to pump up his Ravens while I go get some coffee. So go ahead, Billy. Go get a refill.
So there, I appreciate the intro to that, Chris. I was gonna say, Tonio, I've been saying since we've got Derrick Henry, why are we not running outside zone? And then as soon the first play of the game, outside zone, 89 yards to the fucking house.
Well, I just had a rant shitting on Harbaugh last week about coaching.
I know you did.
I think he listened to me. I know you probably called him and said, "Hey, Tonio said you bullshitting, bro." But I think I'm glad too. Offensively, y'all was like, "Oh, this is not a hand me the ball and shotgun back. This is a motherfucker who wants to get 7 yards deep, get his wind going so he can run through a motherfucker." And
It's momentum.
that was the difference, Billy. I told you last week, bro, let's get Derrick Henry running and then let's mix Lamar into this and fuck it, let's run an option. Boom. Lamar touchdown off of what? Read option.
We agree.
Easy. Yeah, bro, like it's simple, Billy. Y'all are the best running team in football. I would run the ball 70 times a game.
Yes, Lamar throw the ball 18 times, 25 times at the most, and it's not because he's not good in the pocket. It's the offense we run, and it's like I think
and the weapons until y'all get Devontae, bro. Mark Andrews is not Mark Andrews no more. Sorry,
something happened. We gotta. So Tonio, I don't know if you ever had
Likely looks so good now. I don't think that really matters.
And that's what happened, Billy. Likely happened.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't know if you've ever dealt with a situation where you have a receiver with drops. I don't know how you fix up here. I don't know if it's something going on. I don't know how to fix that. Now
there was nobody even by him either. I think it was like
he had 20 yards of green grass to go. He could have scored a touchdown. Now, Bateman dropped the TD also. Let's talk about that. Zay Flowers, you can see Lamar's frustration. Zay Flowers didn't run the right route. There was a couple things with these receivers, like Tonio said, where we don't have the receiving core where you're like, oh, this team we could throw the ball 30 times if we had to. Now, you give us Devontae Adams and Lamar throws the ball 30 times. I think most people would be okay with that. But like Tonio said, we need to run the ball. But let's get to the Bills. I did take my victory lap. That felt nice. The Bills played really great against these shitty-ass teams, and then all of a sudden they play a great team or even a good team, and what happened?
Josh Allen remember who he was.
Still, I don't think
shout out to DJ Chavez. I'm going to make sure I at you on the Facebook page. He's a big Bills fan. Hey, Josh is looking great out here. What happened? What is he looking like now? Oh, Josh Allen. Just like he does in the playoffs, DJ.
Sitting on the bench in the fourth when Trubisky went out there.
Trash.
I didn't go to bed. I watched it. I was like, I'm staying up.
Now I'm not gonna be silly and say the Bills gonna be ass from now. They just gonna be the Bills. They gonna play big teams and they gonna lose. That's just who they are. What they went to 5 straight Super Bowls and lost them all.
4.
Y'all don't win the big games. It's not in your history.
Rolled out in 2 of them.
Yeah, so sorry, DJ. Y'all still suck, and it's okay. Y'all get into the playoffs though for sure, just to lose again. Whether it be the Ravens or the Chiefs, no matter who.
They got that Prescott syndrome is what it sounds like.
We're not doing Billy's best this week, but so Tonio, you do have Kansas City, Baltimore, and then the Bills in the AFC.
I'm trying to think. Is there any?
I think I probably agree with that.
Yeah, I ain't mad at that. I was trying to see if it was another AFC.
Would the Chargers be dangling maybe like right behind the Bills? That's my AFC kind of scary team. I would not want to play the Chargers in the playoffs.
I mean, I picked them kind of as a joke in our preseason to win that division over the Chiefs.
You did. You might be right.
I think they looked really good, but I think they've got some injuries right now. Their tackles and their quarterback. I think it's going to be hard for Jim to do what he wants to do.
Yeah,
if they're healthy, I think that's.
I don't think so.
I think that's fair. The only other team I can think of would be the Bengals.
This is what I think, Chris. Now Jim can do exactly what he wants to do and run the ball 80 times. No Justin Herbert to have to throw it. Just gonna run that hoe. Hey,
yeah, but now it's 8 in the box, Tonio. At least with Herbert, you gotta at least respect the pass.
Billy, he's seen this. He's seen this last year and the year before last. He know what to do with 8 in the box. Still ran the ball against 8 in the box.
While we're on the topic of Jim Harbaugh, I thought it was funny that Matt was giving Jared Goff shout-outs for having a perfect passing night He only went 18 for 18, but we know that
That's a
Michigan
lot,
style.
Chris. 18
We know
to
that
18.
Michigan style. Your
250 yards.
quarterback can't throw 20 passes. So I thought that was cute that Matt was happy about that. Great game by Goff. If we did a brick shot of the week, I think he'd probably win and had a perfect week. So real quick, I looked at the NFL schedule for next week. There's only 2 games that I'm really excited about. One is Baltimore versus Cincinnati, because that's usually a really fun game to watch. And then the other game is Bills versus Texans, and that's mostly because of Stephon Diggs. I'm curious to see if he tries to have himself a revenge game. The rest of the slate is kind of The rest of the slate's pretty
Kansas City, New Orleans, maybe for that third game, if Monday night. But the Manning cast is on, so I'm going to watch because it's perfect.
That'll be fun. So now let's take it over to college. And let's talk about the Coach Prime doing another great cover job.
That was awesome wordplay, by the way, Chris. I want to say
that was good, dude. Me and Antonio looked at each other. I know we're on the internet, but we looked at each other like Jim from The Office. Like, that was good.
Mm-hmm.
I wrote that while we were doing the countdown too.
Oh yeah.
Tony,
yeah.
14.5 point dogs. Not only did he cover,
he beat them by that cover.
He destroyed them. And it was bad. It was bad to the point where it's like, fuck, are we in Florida or Boulder? Like,
yeah.
The crowd started leaving like in the fourth with 8 minutes to go. It was bad. The number one rushing team too. And this is why, first things first, I don't want people to be like, well, UCF ain't that good, because UCF has some dogs over there.
Every time Colorado beats somebody, they're not good. So
UCF got some dogs over there, Chris. I know you don't watch college ball, so that's why I'm addressing you. UCF is not a bad team. Last year, they was the number 3 offense in the country. This year, they're on their way to being the number 1 offense in the country. But Colorado's defense is what I was more impressed with Saturday. Defensively, that's what we've been hearing. Like, of course, like Ross said, they got Shadir on the other side with Travis Hunter and Jimmy Horn Jr., Jimmy Horn, LeJounte Western.
That's it, yeah.
They got Marion Miller. Like, they got a bunch of offensive weapons in that wide receiver room. Will Shepard went off. Finally had him a game over there. But on that defensive side of the ball, N'Keal High-Green. Now, Chris, let me paint you a picture of how big KJ Jefferson is. I'm a big dude. And KJ, shout out to KJ. He's from Mississippi. KJ Jefferson probably 6'3", 2. What you thinking, Billy? 250, 260?
260 probably, yeah. He's a big dude.
Playing quarterback.
Yeah.
And he looks like a fucking offensive lineman running the ball.
He looked big in Arkansas too, and they don't have small players.
Yeah, so and let me paint that picture, Chris. KJ Jefferson was doing the same shit against SEC defenses last year, like linebackers running them over, D tackles running them. It don't matter. That's how big he is. Well, he got hit so hard Saturday by N'Keal High-Green, bro. I was like, Jesus Christ!
I thought he was hurt. Did you think he was hurt?
Yeah, because he moved for a minute. I was like, what the fuck? N'Keal High-Green's part of the law firm of Benson and Green down there. That's what they call him, which is so hard.
Is that a real thing?
Nah, they just called them 2 linebackers from Colorado, the law firm.
Oh, that's tight. Okay.
Benson and Green. Yeah, because they be moving around. But
Chris, they're getting their law degree. That would have been cool.
Coach Prime said last year, and a lot of people didn't believe him, bro, I just need some dogs on the interior, and I'm coming. Well, we sitting here, Chris. He 4-1. They got their shit together, coaching wise too, because it started with coaching. I don't care what you say, it started with coaching. The players can be there, but if you don't put them in the right schemes, they're gonna get beat. And I think in the Nebraska game, you could see where, hey, we don't got the right offensive lineman on the field, and that was because the defense has been solid all year. I'm gonna be real with you. Defense, they have not gave up more than 7 points in the second half all year. I think that's like number 4 in the country. They ain't gave up more than 7 points in the second half. They stopped UCF from their rushing average of 384 yards a game. I think they held them like 186. It was
they got up so fast that UCF couldn't run the ball.
They couldn't. That offense and defense was cooking. Preston Hodge caught that. Shador threw that pick. Now I can't stop saying Shador. Shador threw that pick. He threw that pick, and I was like, "Oh boy, finna be in for a long game." And then the defense was like, "No, we'll just get it back for you. Just go score this time." And they got to the goal line, and Preston Hodges, who I think probably will be, he probably top 5 cover corner in the country this year. He caught an interception, read the quarterback perfectly on a corner route. And on a corner route, as a cornerback, you're supposed to like loop in and read the inside of the wide receiver and try to jump the route. And he did that perfectly. They went down and scored, and then they just kept scoring. The running game, this is like second, third game in a row they had 100 yards rushing. That's different in the prime area. So that offensive line is getting it together. The rookie that everybody was worried about because he being a left tackle rookie, you think he's gonna get crushed. He's
a freshman, not a rookie.
Freshman. I'm still stuck on NFL. The freshman, and Jordan Seaton is coming into his own. He's handling defensive ends, defensive tackles by himself, showing them like, hey, this is why I'm number one.
Yep.
So they looking good, bro. Prime's doing what he said he was gonna do. Now, instead of them being the number 12 team in the Big 12, like the people wrote about, they're tied for first in the Big 12. And their schedule, they could win out. They could. Billy, I know you hate to say it, but the best offense that they were going to play this year on their schedule was UCF.
Yeah, no, 100%.
So, and I think the best defensive line that they were going to see was Nebraska. I don't think anybody else that they play on their schedule, maybe maybe Arizona.
I was going to say, I think I would like Arizona in that game, but with being a Prime fan too, like trying to look at it as realistically as I can, I do think us as fans of him, right? We want him to do so well that we do that, where we're thinking more highly of them than I think that they really are. And I'm just worried that Arizona matchup, if they play them, is bad. Say what you want about Texas Tech and Joey McGuire. I don't think that's a great matchup for Colorado. But they play Kansas State next week on the 12th. Excuse me. So that's not this week, the next week. Then they do play Arizona after that. Then they play Texas Tech, and they play Utah. And Cam Rising might be back for that game. And I think that might be a problem in Boulder. And then they finish the season at Oklahoma State. Playing Oklahoma State.
I just said I feel like all these games are winnable. Let me not say win out. But all these games are winnable. I don't see nobody that they don't match up well. I think Utah have a defensive line a little bit worse than Nebraska's, but sort of similar.
Okay.
But
what about Kansas State? You're not worried about Kansas State at all? I think you're tripping.
No, for sure.
Okay.
They're number 20 in the country for a reason, bro. They
that game against BYU, that kind of got out of hand. I don't know if y'all ever fall victim to it, because I do sometimes. We're looking at the box score. If you didn't get to see the game, where you think it was a little more out of hand than it was. And I think Kansas, with that loss to BYU, they dropped a lot in the rankings. But it's like, if you watch the game, it was just, it happened to be a fumble on the goal line return for a touchdown and a pick six. But it's like the game was really closer than that if you take away some of those like big time plays. But the big time plays happen, so you can't have it that way. I think still Colorado winning 7 games is still a win. But the Prime haters, I think, Tonio, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but us as Prime fans, we have to counteract the haters to where they're like, oh, okay, they won 6 games, big deal. And it's like, that is a big deal, stupid. Like, that's, bro, you're in Colorado. What do you think they're supposed to do? Like, what do you think is going to happen over here?
Yeah. I get it, bro. I think that too. But let's talk about the biggest name before we move on. Is Travis getting that interception after reading KJ Jefferson and then going and striking the Desmond Howard, the Heisman pose. How do we feel about
that? Number one, any Heisman favorite, and Cam Ward obviously is a Heisman favorite, but any Heisman contender hitting the Heisman pose is always just so surreal to me because it's like they know. They're not silly. They know what the fuck's going on. Travis knows him playing both sides, that him doing it on the side that he's – could you say he's a better receiver than corner, Antonio, real fast before I keep going?
I don't –
If he didn't play receiver, he would be a 30 times better corner. He's so tired, dude, and the fact that he's still keeping up with that on the defensive side is wild.
And that's what I'm saying. You don't really, because of the respect he gets, you don't really get this. He gets tried like twice a game on the cornerback side. So is he a better receiver, Billy? If I'm not getting tried, is that not a testament to how good I am at cornerback?
Here's the thing, and I only want to raise you this because I think quarterbacks don't want to try him. And I could be absolutely wrong in this because it's more of a conspiracy. I don't think quarterbacks want to try him to give Colorado that fucking extra oomph if he does make a play. Because when he makes those plays on defense, the rest of that team steps up so hard, and you can see it when he's making those defensive plays. Now, if he's having a quiet game where they're still not targeting him, Colorado's offense still kind of does what it's supposed to do. But if he's making those picks, that offense fucking – I don't know if him and Shador have this thing like you and I got to where, you got it? Watch this. I'm going to do this better or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, because I asked you this question last week because I'm a fan, but does Travis being on the field sometimes at the wide receiver take some of Shador's reads away? Because I ain't gonna lie, Billy, it's a lot of number ones, including Travis, in that wide receiver room.
Yeah.
And if you read the field, scan the field sometimes, those tough catches, because Travis make every catch. He don't drop nothing that Shador throws his way at all. For real, bro. So, but if you go back on them plays and look at the throws that Shador threw to him because he know Travis not gonna drop the ball, it'd be people open, bro. And it's like, hey, if they wasn't on the field, is Shador reading this and seeing that, I got Jimmy Horn cutting across, I got LeJounte or Will Shepherd was one-on-one, I got Omarion Miller, and I don't know. So I can't say, bro, because I want him to go, because of how special he is, I want him to go as a wide receiver. Because who gets paid in the league? Wide receivers. Yep. Now, if he goes as a cornerback, he's not going to get no type of bread. But it's just like.
And Chris has been on that. There's no shutdown corners in the NFL.
Yeah. And
he's wrong.
See, you trying to start an argument. He is wrong. But I think that it's just like Prime said. If you draft him and your cornerback getting ate the fuck up, well, you look stupid because you got a better corner over there sitting on the sideline. Yeah. But in the same token, if you draft him as a wide receiver or as a cornerback, but your wide receiver is dropping passes or can't get open or can't make no grabs when you need one, well, you look stupid because your best wide receiver is sitting over there on the sideline. And he's going to be a high draft pick. So the chances of him going that's probably where it gets real strange, because if you go, it depends on the teams that get him. Like, hey, do we need a wide receiver worse? or do we need a corner? Or maybe he ends up in
Yeah.
Dallas where they need both. They need both, and then it'll work out perfectly for him because they need both of them. Chris, y'all need both of them. Maybe you should call Jerry, man. Hey, go after Travis Hunter. Like, hey, we need a cornerback and we need a wide receiver. So it works.
Just give me a twofer.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that for him to win Heisman, getting back to it because Chris, let's get off topic. For him to win Heisman, Deion gonna have to ensure that they win 7 games. That's the only way.
Sure.
Yeah, sure. He gonna have to ensure that they win 7 games and become bowl eligible for Miss Peggy because she like 98, bro. So I want her to see a bowl game before she get out.
Speaking of ensure, why don't we move on to a team that needs some insure? They need some insurance. Talking about ass whooping insurance. Talking about the Georgia Bulldogs getting spanked by the Alabama Crimson Tide again.
Spanked is wrong.
What was a hell of a game.
Chris, did you watch the game?
I watched a little bit of the end of it.
Chris, you're part of the media, man. You need to watch these games.
Chris hates college, bro.
I get it.
I got shit to do on Saturdays, Billy.
That is the easy. That's the easy favorite for game of the year, Billy. I want to just
100%.
Now, shout out to Kirby for proving that even though they lost, he is the best coach in college football. And this is why, Billy, after going down 28-0, most coaches are just throwing in their hat.
Yeah.
But Kirby was like, bro, I'm fucking Kirby Smart. Nick is out of here. I got to show y'all. Like, we not sorry. Because 28-0. Because Billy, I told you last week I took Alabama. Because Bama won last year, so I figured that Kalen DeBoer would have that offense and Jalen Milroe looking better as a passer, just like Matt said he would. Shout out to Matt. I was nervous for him, but he was right. Jalen out there throwing the ball really well, still running it at a high clip as well. But I said, bro, that Alabama team got better. And they beat Georgia last year. So I was like, I'm just going off of that, bro. I know Nick ain't there to play the chess game with Kirby, but Kalen just gotta let the chips fall where they may. And they did. But Kirby went into that halftime and was like, I will kill every last one of y'all on the way back to Georgia if y'all don't show some heart. And they came out and they showed everything, Billy. Because you would like to think, bro, 28-0, ain't no coming back from that. But they did. And that's coaching, Billy. That's coaching. They go in, make the necessary adjustments from the best coach in the league. You said, ooh, but Kirby Smart's definitely the best coach in college football now. But Ryan Williams.
I think it's more arguable than you're saying. I think it's more arguable. That's the only reason
I don't think so, Billy. It ain't no argument, bro. He only lost 3 games in 3 years.
100%. 2-time back-to-back national champion. Absolutely.
There's no argument for that, Billy. I just don't see it. If Nick was in the league still, yeah, it's an argument. There is no argument. I mean, you can't give me no. I mean, name me a coach right now for the argument.
Not to stroke your ego, and I know they lost.
Lane Kiffin?
Lane, I'm not saying a better coach. I'm saying he's doing more with less talent. I think we have to look at those. Kirby gets all the talent. I think coaching college football, Antonio, correct me if I'm wrong, is not – you have to get the recruits, right? That's step one. But I think get it – and that's why I like Kalen a lot too, because he doesn't get the best recruits, but he's getting – at Washington especially, and even Indiana as offensive coordinator, he's getting those guys that can do those things.
Well, that you can't include Kalen no more, Billy. Kalen's gonna get the recruits off of that Alabama name, so he can't be included in that conversation anymore.
Disagree. The 17-year-old and two. I don't want to go on a rant because I know that I get shit on for the rants, and I'm sorry. But all this talk about, oh yeah, Ryan Williams is fucking 17 years old. Fuck that. Yes, he's 17 years old. We need to talk about that more. I don't give a fuck what Facebook and Twitter says. We need to talk about that more.
Nah,
that is
bro.
incredible.
We need to talk about how if they wouldn't have let him come to play ball, if he would have went to anybody at high school field, how that would have been illegal, bro.
Woo! Yeah, nah. What is it? 600 yards a game? That's what that kid's getting. I don't care.
Bruh.
So he decommitted to Alabama when Nick Saban retired. Kalen DeBoer got him to stay. I don't know what he did. I don't know how he talked him into it.
Probably told him, hey, bro, this is where you want to be a winner. It's Alabama, Billy.
He could have went to Georgia, been a winner.
Not with Carson Beck.
Carson Beck did really great. We just talked
Carson
about
Beck. Matt
second half.
Matt showed me some shit about Carson Beck that I didn't never look at.
Because he's ugly.
That's an interesting looking fella, man. Carson Beck like a serial killer, man. I can't.
And the tattoos, like, so it's like his face shot. You're like, what the fuck? But the tattoos help a little bit with some dudes where you're like,
yeah, it helped. Like, yeah, you went to prison. That's what it looked like. Longest yard quarterback. But back to the game. I get the shit. I get the shit with Lane, but Lane has to mature his coaching. We could have won that Kentucky game a lot of times, bro. But you don't take the points, you don't punt, you don't.
Yeah.
So Kirby's maturing his coaching because he done took them hard L's to fucking Nick. Like, he done been there. Lane every year he never did nothing different against Nick, the game that we needed to win. And I know we'll still, like I told you, bro, we'll still probably win out, but you don't give that game when you know you got to play Georgia. Like, and you're not going off of SEC West, SEC East this year. You're going off the best two teams. Well, if you lose to Georgia,
still get back around to that because it took you a long time to get off that.
Yeah. So I don't think nobody's better than Kirby coaching. And to that point, Georgia came back in that game, almost won it, but then Ryan Williams was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna show y'all why. Maybe Chris, not this year."
We're talking about it. Look up Lane Kiffin versus Kirby Smart head coaching stats real quick.
While I might not do it this year, but next year I will do the same thing Devontae Smith did, and I'll get me a Heisman. Yeah. And Jalen was just confident too, bro. Oh, you got on one-on-one out there to the outside, and you think I ain't gonna throw it to him? Oh, fuck a read. That go to Reed, and then, like, bro, to have
Antonio, you said it best last week. You were like, "This is the guy that beat Georgia last year."
Yeah,
and he acted like, "I'm better than that. I'll beat the shit out of them again." And he,
bro, Jalen Milroe should be in the Heisman running as well. He just because I don't care as quarterback of Alabama.
Better teams.
Yes,
okay,
he is. He's beating them, and it's because of him on offense. Because he's there. I'm 100% certain he probably their leading rusher. I'm not sure. Sorry, Alabama fans, don't quote me on that. But
you might look that one up too while we're
look who their leading rusher is. But he's passing the ball at an all-time high clip. That pass, he placed it on the outside for Ryan.
He has to be completing at least 75% of them throws.
Bro. That placement of that ball to the outside of Ryan Williams' shoulder was amazing. He did
the two spins, dude. Bro, oh my god!
And then you gave him enough room to make a play. Like you,
and those are NFL corners over there. Those are NFL corners at Georgia.
Jalen and Ryan's chemistry this year is amazing, bro. Because not only
Jalen Milroe is tied for Alabama's leading rusher.
Yeah, I figured.
Okay. Hey,
I told you, bro. Jalen Milroe
with Jam Miller.
He's still running the fuck out of that ball, Billy. And then when he run, bro, it ain't for 10-yard breaks. If he be for like 20-yard, 30-yard scrambles, bro. So I know he up there. Because I think against Georgia, look it up. I think he had 54 yards rushing, maybe 84, something like that. That's Georgia, Billy.
I thought he had a big touchdown carry, right?
I think so.
Because I do want to say how great this game is, and this is why it's game of the year. Bray's been with me 5 years, and I'm a football watcher, right?
Yeah.
And she sees this game, and I'm sitting here like, holy shit! It was 14-0. I'm like, there's no way. And then 21-0, and I'm like, oh man. And then 28-0. I'm like, oh shit! Me and Antonio were right, and I'm telling her, I tell her about the show.
Yeah.
And she was like, oh, so are you going to turn this off to play the game? Because usually if there's ain't shit happening, I'll play the game, right? But I was like, Nah, not this one. I'm gonna sit around for this one. And she thought I was a crazy person, and then I'm in there, fucking kids sleeping. You ever do that loud, silent yell? If that makes no sense.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Because the kids are sleeping.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm sitting here like, oh shit, this is going on. Yeah.
So what? How many do you have, Chris?
Milroy had 117 yards and 2 tubs against Georgia on the ground.
Yeah, that was that big run. Right?
That's what I'm saying, bro. So I just think Matt was absolutely correct about Kalen DeBoer coming in and making him a better passer, because Nick, either you could pass and run, or you was just there, just win the game. And that's what he did with Jalen. That's what he did with they had like a black quarterback a couple
Steve
years
Blake.
ago. No, is he black?
Yeah, Steve Blake was black.
That is because he had a white dude's name. That is his name. And he did the same shit with him. Like, hey, bro, just win the game.
He was just Greg McElroy, just black. He did the same thing.
So that's probably a game of the year. Chris, what else we got for college?
Has to be. Hold on. Give me those Kirby Smart versus Lane Kiffin stats before we go on.
I couldn't find any stats for him. They were on the staff together for the longest time.
Yo, as a head coach win record.
Oh, just records.
Yeah.
Probably Kirby by a country mile, Billy.
No. But percentage is what I'm going to look for. But let me. I'll send it to the last topic. So this week for college football, we kind of talked about the NFL matchups, but here's some of the best matchups, Tony, and tell me the best one to watch. Mizzou versus Texas A&M. We got Penn State versus UCLA in a Big Ten matchup, which is weird. Ole Miss in South Carolina is a big deal now, especially with that Ole Miss loss. And Michigan versus Washington, a national championship rematch, which we don't get a lot of. Tonio, which game should I watch if I had to pick one of those four?
Say the four again. I got Ole Miss and I got the Michigan. What were the two before that?
Missouri and Texas A&M with that freshman quarterback who's a stud, and UCLA with Deshaun Foster running that program, and Penn State. I think UCLA wins. It's at Penn State.
Biasly, I'm watching the Ole Miss one for sure, but the game to probably watch is gonna be Washington, Michigan, because both of them ain't where they were a year ago, but I don't think they ass. So I think that's gonna be
Washington doesn't look good. I think they only got 2 wins so far, but I think they upset Michigan.
I see, and that's what I'm saying. I think they'd be like, hey, if it's anybody from last year, like, bro, we could have beat these dudes, bro. Let's show them like they don't got Corum. That Donovan
Evans looks like ass this year.
Yeah.
And then with Orgy at quarterback, I'm stacking that box with 9 dudes, not 8.
Yeah.
9.
Yeah, bro.
This ball.
Make them pass, bro.
Yeah.
Like, make them pass. So that's the game. That's gonna be the game. I think Penn State probably beat
UCLA.
Penn State might lose to UCLA.
I like Deshaun Foster. I like what he's doing over there.
You said that's the game of the week. There's no better matchups because I don't give a fuck about that A&M shit.
No, that's just the best matchups for this week. You could say Colorado, Kansas State if you want.
I think we are. That's a given though for the show. I don't want the people to be like, damn, they always talking about Deion and his 8 toes.
Chris, you got the stats real quick so we can end the show?
Can't end the show, dude.
Yeah, we still got baseball to talk about.
Oh, that's true.
Lane Kiffin actually has more wins. He's 150. That's 66.7 win percentage. Kirby Smart's 97 wins, but only 17 losses, 85 win percentage.
That's interesting. Okay. Hey, what about you? What about USC Minnesota, Billy? I think that's a bigger game than people talking about.
Nah, Minnesota played Iowa last week. They looked like fucking dog dick against that Iowa offense that's, again, dog dick. So I think USC beats them by 24. That's not even remotely on my radar.
Does Baylor upset Iowa State?
No, I think Dave Aranda's done. I think he doesn't know what he's doing with coaching. I think he used Matt Rule's guys. I think he's a good coach, but I don't think he can recruit. And I think he used Matt Rule's team after he went to Carolina to kind of keep Baylor afloat in the Big 12. And I think now it's kind of a wrap for Dave Aranda in the Baylor Bears.
What about does
I'll talk Big 12.
does Clemson beat the shit out of Florida State?
That's not even on my radar. That's another 24-point game. It's ridiculous.
Wait,
Clemson's way better than you think.
DJ ain't playing though.
I know. I think Mike Norvell knows that backup quarterback is not worth the fuck because he would have benched DJ if he had a worth the fuck backup. EJ Manuel even spoke to it today. Big time Florida State alum, excuse me. He was saying the same thing that I just kind of reiterated, where I kind of got a little bit of my point. Mike Norvell is coaching for his job, I do think now that I'm like looking at it, and I was saying you can't fire him, but I think Mike Norvell would have definitely benched DJ by now. But he can't. And I think that Florida State team is in for a fucking bad day against Clemson.
Interesting. Chris, let's get to baseball. Let's take it to the diamond. We should make that.
To the diamond. The first thing I want to talk about before we get into the MLB playoffs, Major League Baseball lost their all-time hits leader, Pete Rose, on the same day that the NBA lost to Kemba Mutombo.
It's a sad
Pete Rose,
day.
Yeah.
We didn't even talk about
Rose
John
is a very
Well, we didn't even talk about John Amos. He also died. Rest in peace to him.
Damn, same day?
Yeah. I think he died. Nah, he died today, I think.
Yeah, rest in peace to Mr. Good Times.
It was Good Times. Okay. Is it Dynamite?
Yeah, that's JJ.
Okay.
Mr. McDowell from Coming to America.
That's right. Yeah.
See, they got this, but I got the arch. Hey, man, shout out to John. Look, he got his own money. That's a prince.
We'll be talking about that for 100 years.
Hey,
John, what a guy.
Jesus Christ, rest in peace to him. But yeah, rest in peace to Pete Rose. Chris, this is a rant that I wanted to go on because it's been pissing me off. So first of all, to all the reporters that was like, yeah, rest in peace to MLB legend Pete Rose, who was kicked out because of a scandal back in fuck you. All right, bro. This dude's a fucking legend. Why the fuck is you bringing the shit up on his death date? You pieces of shit. Trying to just get some more people to read your articles. Yeah. This should be like, rest in peace, MLB legend Pete Rose, period, going and talking about Pete Rose. Fuck you for saying about his allegations and shit. Secondly, I don't want him in the Hall of Fame. Now, they had their
like as a strike.
Yeah. They had the chance to put him in there. All these years, bro. All these years. And now if y'all do it, it's a clout move. It ain't no thing, bro. Y'all should have been inducted that man into the MLB Hall of Fame. I don't care what y'all think he did, what he did, what was said that he did.
Let me get a clarification on that, Tonio. So as a manager of the Reds, he gambled on his team. Now, what's not said about these gambling topics, right? He did do it. That's a fact. He did do it.
Yeah,
he said he did it. He bet on his team to win games. He didn't say we're going to lose. No, he bet on his own team to win the fucking games because he knew who he had. He said, I'm going to win. That should never be. I think that's the only legal gambling we should let is if you say your team is going to win. That's it. Bet spread.
Bruh, if I'm putting in the spread, hey, we winning. We going to beat the shit out of these boys. We winning. What the fuck am I doing wrong? Am I not here to manage them to win anyway? So yeah, fuck.
I make some money.
Yeah, hey, you know, shit. I got outside kids. I need to take care of them. Like fuck that. So Chris, I know you had some nice stuff to say about them, but I just want to say to those people who had the opportunity to do the right thing for all these years, fuck y'all pieces of shit. And no, I mean, I know we know, like they know, he gonna get inducted soon now because he passed. But y'all should have done it while he could see it. That's fucked up. All right, Chris.
Yeah, what they should have said was rest in peace to all-time MLB hit king Pete Rose, who is known as much for his off-the-field gambling as he was for his on-the-field play, but it shouldn't have been that way. Rose won MVP. He was a 17-time All-Star. He was a Rookie of the Year. He won Gold Glove twice, playing every position except second base and shortstop.
All-Star at 6 positions, right, Chris? Am I wrong on that one?
First, third, all the outfield positions. I'm not sure if there was a 5th position. Yeah, I mean, he played everywhere. He did everything on the field. He was nicknamed Charlie Hustle by the Commerce Comet, Mickey Mantle, for sprinting to first base after being walked.
No, rest in peace.
He is a guy that was constantly going full effort. And the clip that most people have seen who aren't even necessarily baseball fans is him coming from second, rounding third in the All-Star game, 12th inning, and completely fucking bulldozing Ray Fosse, the catcher, separating or fracturing his shoulder and scoring the winning run in a fucking All-Star game.
Just a
In
game.
an exhibition game that doesn't count to the standings, but this is a guy who wanted to win so fucking badly that he was doing that in an exhibition game. And this is where I will get to the gambling because unfortunately it is a part of the Pete Rose story. And to touch on what Billy said, to think that Pete Rose was out here throwing baseball games or point shaving or whatever other negative connotations come from gambling is bullshit. If you just watch how he played, all he cared about was winning and putting forth maximum effort all 162 games. He is the all-time leader in not just hits, but also games played, at bats, singles. Like, if he could put on a uniform, he was out there playing baseball. And it's sad that he didn't get inducted while he was still here to see it. As Billy said, I'm sure he'll get inducted now with the Veterans Committee at some point. I'm sure the ban will be lifted at some point, especially with how gambling's become intertwined in everything that we do involving sports. But he's one of the greatest players to ever play in a league that has 150 years of history. Sucks to lose legends like that.
Nobody else has 4,000 hits, and he has like
42. Ty Cobb.
Oh, Ty Cobb. Again, Chris doesn't count. So
yeah, him and Ty Cobb are the only people with over 3,800 hits, and they both have over 4,000. So
damn,
that'll be a record with.
Oof. Okay.
With how the game is played today, that'll be a record that'll probably never be broken, over 4,000 hits like that. So from one sad piece of business onto an exciting piece of business.
If he only had a translator, he would be in the Hall of Fame.
You said what?
If he only had a translator, he'd be in the Hall of Fame.
Yep, that's all he needed. All the Japanese guys fucking gambling.
Yeah. The Houston Astros have already been eliminated from the playoffs.
That's right.
Last week, so we're covering it now. Basically, the teams that we destroyed en route to the World Series last year have both been eliminated. Baltimore and Houston are no longer in the playoffs, so the American League playoff picture is the Indians versus the Tigers. Shout out to Matt. Your team snuck in the playoffs as a 6th seed. They swept Houston, took care of business.
They're hot.
And, maybe Detroit's going to be this year's Texas Rangers.
I want to see Matt cry on the show. That's what we need.
That'd be something to see. And then on the in the other American League Series, we got the Royals, who last won the World Series, I think, in 16, something like that. 15. They're going up against the Yankees. 15?
Yeah.
They're going up against the Yankees. Over in the NL, we have the Mets and Brewers tied at 1 game apiece with a winner-take-all matchup, I believe, tomorrow night.
Yep.
And then Atlanta, I'm currently watching now. I think they just they had another run. Hold on. It's in a replay. But Atlanta was down in this game 5-2. I believe it was 5-2. I'm half-ass paying attention to it, but they got another couple innings to play. It's 5-4 now, so they did get another home run. Well, it's going to be a close game too. But they're down in the series 1-0 against San Diego. And then the Phillies and the Dodgers are the 1 and 2 seeds in the NL. So what are I guess we'll just do World Series predictions. We did that last year.
Yep.
I think the Dodgers are going to be in the NL. I know that's just the hottest take that anybody could ever possibly have, but they got Ohtani. I don't know. Their pitching struggles might keep them from getting as far as their talent should, but I think their offense is just so fucking so powerful that it's going to be hard to shut them down for 3 games. On the AL, I'm going to go with the hot team, and for a similar reason to Billy, I want to see Detroit do it, man. I want to see the guys on the show. I want to see them win. So we got Michigan earlier this year in the college football playoffs.
Yeah.
I'd love to see the Tigers get one.
For sure.
What about y'all? What do y'all got?
Last year I had Dodgers, Yankees. This year I'm going Phillies, Detroit. Very big baseball towns. Very good World Series. I think if it was LA Yankees again, like if I said that's my secondary or whatever, we see the highest baseball ratings we've seen in a really long time.
The Dodgers Yankees would be a fucking dream for the Major League Baseball.
The two most famous, Antonio, you can reconcile with this. The 2 most famous hats we've ever seen. But I got Detroit and Philly. That's where I think it's going to go, and I think that's going to be probably our best actual World Series matchup if we can get it for baseball. I love talking baseball because nobody else in my friend group watches except Chris.
So I'm for sure. I'm gonna go with the favorites that we're gonna see. I think it will be the Yankees versus the Dodgers. And I don't care about fucking Detroit. Sorry, Matt. I don't want to see that. I don't care about your hometown spirit. Just gonna be me. But I do want to see that. They 2 of the best fitted caps for the blacks that watch the show. Yankee fitted, Dodger fitted.
Whatever color you want.
For sure. A lot of Jordans out there to go with these as well for the black people that don't watch baseball. I do. Are the Padres in the playoffs? They made the playoffs?
Yeah.
It could
They're
be
up on the Braves right now, 5-4.
Yeah. Who's out? Who's out? Just the Astros?
Astros and the Orioles are already out.
So
the Orioles are still too young, man. I think next year the Orioles will start to be a bit of a problem in the American League, but they're still too young.
I said that last year too. So when do they become a problem though, Chris? Because they're going to trade that shit away. They do that every year. They're going to trade.
Oh yeah, they got a.
Chris, who you say out? Who you say out of the playoff?
The Astros and the Orioles in the American League are out, and Atlanta might be out in another 30 minutes.
So that will leave Dodgers, Yankees, Phillies, Brewers, and the Guardians and the Mets.
Yeah.
What y'all don't think the Guardians and Mets made no noise? No, not for real.
The Mets got hot at the end of the year. The second half of the season, they were on fire, but I don't.
Not like Detroit.
I
think Detroit runs over Cleveland if they get a chance. But if the Tigers play the Yankees pitching, you get 2 starts from Garrett. That's kind of hard. If you need the 2 starts from,
I think for TV purposes, it's the Yankees and the Dodgers.
But again, and this is something too. Let's do conspiracy theories for the last 2 minutes of the show. Where if baseball,
wait, hold on, Billy, before
Tony.
You do that, Chris, you didn't have no trivia. I just wanted to make sure before Billy got it. Oh yeah, Billy. Let's say a conspiracy.
Oh, then yeah, let's cancel that.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, y'all want the trivia now then?
Absolutely,
for sure. My fault, Billy.
All right, so
you're good. I'd rather
this baseball regular season that just ended saw both the American League and the National League pitching category leaders. I'm wording this like dog shit. There's a pitching triple crown award for both the American League and the National League this year, with Tarek Skubal in the American League for the Tigers and Chris Sale in the National League for the Braves.
Chris
That
Sale
has only been done one other time in the history of the sport, and that was back in 2011, where pitchers from both the American League and the National League won triple crowns in their respective leagues. Can you name the two pitchers that did it in 2011?
Not Verlander.
They're both surefire Hall of Famers.
Was Randy Johnson still in the league in 2011?
No.
All right.
He was, I think he was done in 08, 07.
Was that last Yankee year?
I don't. Did he end his career with New York? I thought he went somewhere else, like the Giants or some shit.
So you said Verlander wasn't one of them, Chris?
No, Billy said that.
I asked, is it Verlander?
Yeah, Verlander's the American League.
Okay. Is the American League guy.
Hey, name people from 2011, Billy.
National League might be harder. R.A. Dickey is who I was. No.
Kershaw.
There you go. Bingo.
Who?
Kershaw.
Oh, it was Kershaw. Okay.
Probably the two best pitchers of our
Kershaw
generation.
could have won the MVP that year too, but he didn't. But Verlander did, right?
Kershaw and Verlander both have MVP awards. I
just
don't know when.
Just remember the big name players, Billy. That's all.
Hey, Kershaw's on
Kershaw won MVP in 2014 when he had a 1.77 ERA, and the following year he had over 300 strikeouts in 2015.
Where is he now?
Kershaw's.
He's still with the Dodgers.
He's battling injuries this year. Really, for like the last 4 or 5 years, he's been
ain't he like 40?
battling injuries. So he's 36.
He should.
He came up at age 20. He's got a lot of innings on his arm. His best pitch is a curveball, which isn't great for your arm as it is. So,
he has a chip. He needs to.
He'll stick around to get to 3,000 strikeouts. He's not far from it.
How many?
The record's like 5,000. No one
got that.
Yeah.
No one's touching that. It's like Nolan Ryan.
Ryan's got like 5,500. Randy Johnson's got like 40.
No, Nolan Ryan is like 52, 30, 35.
Randy Johnson's my favorite pitcher by far. He's an
NFL cinematographer.
That's what I was about to say.
Ryan's over 5,700, by the way. Randy Johnson's 4,800.
Damn. No one's touching Nolan Ryan. That is impossible. No one's sniffing that record.
Bro.
I don't think nobody gets to 5,000. That is crazy talk.
I would like for Randy Johnson to come back and get to 5,000.
I love you, Tonio. That ain't happening.
Bro, he just been
his
taking
last
pictures.
season
He
with the
well
Giants
rested.
was not great.
Yeah.
I mean, what'd you say? 4,800?
That's who he did go to. That's right.
4,800, Chris?
4,875.
Yeah. He can
bro got 125 strikeouts in it.
He had 86 strikeouts his last year in the league.
Yeah.
And he was awful.
He ain't got it. I'm sorry. He ain't got it.
2 years, Billy, 86. He getting it.
The 2 years that he played with the Yankees, he wasn't great.
Yeah.
He was barely good.
Bro been out there taking pictures, NFL, seeing people getting hit. He was like, man, I got that fire in me. What is he now? 58?
Old as
He's
fuck.
61. If he throws the ball, his arm is falling off.
Nah, his arm ain't just only fall. His arm ain't falling off. It's going down with him. As soon as he throw it, his arm is going. And
he gets one more bird.
Fuck, that's crazy. Hey, that was good trivia. It's been a good show, Billy. I see the time where we at.
Yeah, we're getting up there.
I think going forward, we'll try to get you guys on live at least once a month, So y'all make sure y'all tune into them live so we can ask you questions right there as the alumni. Right there, ask you questions and tell you why you're wrong or why you're correct, because we could be wrong.
Happens.
And I promise we'll make Chris be nice to y'all. I promise you. I promise. He'll just call you an idiot in the group chat, but y'all won't know about that. Y'all won't know.
Hey, who's this fucking?
But it's been another dope ass episode. Chris has a show coming up Friday.
Yeah.
You're playing
What is it, Chris?
Friday we're playing at Trees, opening for Head PE.
Hell yeah.
If y'all want to get down, y'all in the area.
You open at Trees, man. I went to see 3 Days Grace at Trees, dude. It was awesome. Trees is a good venue.
Where is it?
Have you played at Trees before, Chris?
I have not, but LSD's played there a few times.
How do they like it?
It's a venue.
It's a great venue. You're fucking hot.
I'll tell you when we're not live.
Right.
Is it the DFW area?
Yeah.
It's in Dallas.
Yeah. All right. So Friday night at Trees. If y'all want to go see Chris get down, I'm pretty sure he's wearing his vest, no shirt for the ladies. So if y'all like drummers with beards, y'all go get at my boy Chris. Make sure y'all support the show. Also, y'all can find their album on Spotify. Y'all make sure y'all go and support just like we do. And that's been another episode of Brick Shots U. We'll see y'all next week. Peace.